You are listening to Power Marketing with Kevin Lee. Here's Kevin.
One question I've got for you, it really has more to do with what you think might happen in the future. During the pandemic, menus in restaurants sort of rescued the QR code from oblivion. And, we started using it within my Did It team in direct mail at the hyper-personalized level. We started putting outdoor advertising with QR codes on it to try to turn outdoor into a little bit more of a direct response kind of an ad unit. And certainly walking through Grand Central and Penn Station in Manhattan, I see a lot of QR codes on outdoor. But you're sort of a little bit more, snackable content. So I'm curious whether you anticipate, some of your advertisers starting to experiment with QR codes, because sort of the culmination of the QR code comeback was during the Super Bowl, right? When Coinbase decided to make that their entire ad, right?
Sure.
So is it back to stay? Is it still a fad? Do you think people will use it in direct response modalities as marketers?
It's a great question. And it was, to my earlier comment about sort of buzzword bingo, it was fun to wake up the day after the Super Bowl and read the marketing sort of Twitter debate about whether Coinbase was right, wrong, effective, not effective. As a consumer, I think QR codes are here to stay. I think much like 1-800 numbers, much like URLs, they're something that can be used for good or for evil. Like if you're going to put a QR code on things and point me to somewhere with no value, there's no point. If you're gonna put a QR code on something and actually give me value, that's interesting. For example, with us, I mentioned music and driving go hand in hand. And you think about all the beach and lake towns all over America in the summertime, and sort of the Thursday to Sunday population is wholly different than that town on a Tuesday or in January. So if you're a beverage brand and you have a big bet on summer music, and you want a consumer to be able to drive away with sort of the summer driving playlist or the summer beach weekend, special music offer, a QR code is a really easy way to make our experience shoppable or our experience, interactive. We have seen clients do that already in, of all categories, recruitment. So we a major advertiser that spends a bunch of money with us throughout the year for recruitment all over the country was kind enough to share with us this past fall. They use an SMS call to action in their 15-second video ad, text 1234 to whatever. They switched to an always-on QR code in their 15-second video ad. And after running for 60 days with the QR codes, they were kind enough to tell us they saw a 40 times increase in response to the ad via QR codes. And we had kind of been debating internally last summer, much your question, like how trained in is this behavior? Yeah. So for us, we want to create a show that is valuable to consumers, valuable to retailers, and valuable to brands and agencies. Our advice to brands and agencies is don't just throw a QR code on for the sake of it, sure. But in our experience, if you want to serve them an immediate call to action, let them walk away with value. If the 15-second ad is a teaser for the trailer, you want them to walk away with the entire full-length trailer, all these sort of examples, then sure, of course, leverage a QR code. It's one of the things that our content studio can do for you. Most big advertisers or agencies obviously are building this into their campaigns. And I'm curious to see where it goes as a consumer. I mean, I don't think it's going away. It's saving restaurants money and printing menus. It's helping us, access information faster. And I asked an agency friend sort of their view on it, and they raised the point that in a weird way, it's more privacy compliant than text. In other words, like I think we've all been spammed with text. So when you give your phone number to a company or a brand or a website, you're now suddenly like, well, now how many texts am I going to get? With a QR code, it's a one-way thing where you choose to get some information, but you're not suddenly sort of going to get spammed with things, at least done right. Obviously, it's trackable once you log in. But I think they're here to stay. And for our experience, it's not a question of sort of a binary, should you use them or not? It's, again, back to, are you going to use them the right way to provide some value to consumers?
Kevin Lee's Power Marketing is available on all your favorite podcast networks. Kevin loves helping businesses excel at marketing. Having marketing challenges? Just like Santa in The Miracle on 34th Street, if Kevin can't help you, he'll know someone who can. Find him on LinkedIn, subscribe, or follow.